Good morning, dear parents. Good morning, student. I hope you all are well. So, myself, Vandana, online teaching for the session 2020-21. So, children, today we will see class 3, English, lesson 5, the shoemaker and the elves. Lesson 5, the shoemaker and the elves. So children, first we will know that who is shoemaker. A shoemaker is someone who makes design and repairs footwear. The original name for a shoemaker was cordwainer. Historically, shoes were made one shoe at a time by hand. But this has somewhat been replaced by the shoe manufacturing industry, producing shoes at a far greater rate than shoemaker can. Is the process of making footwear. A shoemaker is a person whose job is making shoes and boot. So after that we know that who is elves. You all know that na, who is shoemaker. Then we will see the elves. Elves seems generally to have been thought of as being with magical powers and supernatural beauty. Probably the most famous of these magical creatures are the elves that work for Santa Claus at the North Pole. Like fairies, elves were said to be diminutive shape shifters. Shakespeare elves were tiny, winged creatures that lived in. It's only recently that elves have been confined to plays, books and fairy tales. In centuries past, belief in the existence of fairies and elves in either forms, elves are strongly associated with magical and nature. As with fairies, elves were said to secretly steal healthy human babies and replace them with their own kind. The elves and the shoemaker. Now we will start this lesson. The shoemaker and the elves. So children, before starting, first I will tell you the summary of this lesson. Enjoy, you all. Listen it. The elves and the shoemaker is a set of fairy tales about a poor shoemaker who receives much needed help from young helpful elves. The lesson was about a shoemaker and his wife who were poor and only had one piece of leather left to make one last pair of shoes for them to sell. The next morning, when they woke up to a pair of shoes already made for them, and they sold them and bought more leather to make more shoes. When the shoemaker left the leather on the table, he woke up again to find more shoes had been made. He and his wife stayed up to see who was making the shoes, and to their surprise was a couple of elves. The shoemaker and his wife, and with the help of the elves, allowed them to make a successful shoe business. So this lesson had much more fun reading it. The couple was sweet and calm. Even though they were poor, they maintained a positive attitude throughout and the happy ending. And means that perfect ending. The elves were a great addition to the book because they made the couple successful and they deserved to be happy. All the characters play their parts and all had great talent. So children, a story of how people can go from poor to rich. This is the reaction I am telling, that a story of how people can go from poor to rich, and how there comes a time to show your thankfulness when others help. Can teach the values of works and keeps the reader interested with the magical tale of elves. So this one is the short summary of this lesson. So children, please move to this lesson, the shoemaker and the elves. So I am reading this lesson, children. Listen it. Once in a small town, there lived a shoemaker and his wife. They were very poor. The shoemaker worked hard but earned very little. As time passed, the couple grew poorer and poorer. One day, the shoemaker saw that he had some leather, just enough to make one pair of shoes. He cut out a pair of shoes and left the pieces of leather on his workbench. He said to his wife, "That was my last piece of leather. Tomorrow we'll make a pair of shoes. But what will become of us after that?" The next morning, after breakfast, the shoemaker went to his workshop. To his surprise, on the bench, he found a pair of shoes already made. He called his wife to have a look at them. "I have never seen such well-made shoes," said the shoemaker's wife. "Yes, indeed," said the shoemaker. The shoemaker and his wife did not know who had sewn the shoes. The shoemaker put the shoes on the shop window. Later that day, a lady came into the shop. She looked at the shoes and said, "Are those shoes for sale?" "Yes, of course they are," said the shoemaker. The lady tried on the shoes. They fitted her very well. She paid the money for the shoes and left the shop. The shoemaker was very happy with the money. He bought some leather for 2 new pair of shoes. That night the shoemaker cut out 2 pair of shoes and left them on his workbench. He wanted to shoe them in the morning. In the morning, the shoemaker went to his shop to make the shoes. But what did he see? There on his workbench were 2 pair of shoes, very finely sewn. So this one is the page number 43 and up to 44. We will see, children. Once in a small town, there lived a shoemaker and his wife. The shoemaker and his wife lived in a small town. They were very poor. Poor means not having enough money to have a comfortable life. So they were very poor. The shoemaker worked hard but earned very little. It means that both shoemaker and his wife worked very hard but they earned very little money. As time passed, the couple grew poorer and poorer. So what happened as the time passes, time going on, the couple grew. Here the past tense of grow, to go or move or make something move in the direction mentioned. So become poorer and poorer. One day the shoemaker saw that he had some leather just enough to make 1 pair of shoes. So what happened? One day the shoemaker saw that he had only 1 leather piece to make only 1 pair of shoes. He cut out a pair of shoes and left the pieces of leather on his workbench. So that pieces, he cut out a pair of shoes. How to make a shoes? He cut down and left the pieces of leather on his workbench and left pieces, put it on the workbench. He said to his wife, "That was my last piece of leather." So he told to his wife that it was my last piece. Tomorrow we'll make a pair of shoes. So tomorrow I will make a pair of shoes. But what will become of us after that? But what happened after that? So children, next move to the page number 44. The next morning, after breakfast, the shoemaker went to his workshop. To his surprise, on the bench. So what happened here? The shoemaker surprised that on the bench he found a pair of shoes already made. Pair of shoes he found. He called his wife to have a look at them. So he was very much surprised and he called his wife to have a look. So look at here a pair of shoes on his workbench. I have never seen such well-made shoes. So he told to his wife, "What a beautiful pair of shoes I have never seen," said the shoemaker to his wife. "Yes, indeed," said the shoemaker. The shoemaker and his wife did not know who had sewed the shoes. So shoemaker and his wife did not know who had sewed the shoes. Shoemaker put the shoes on the shop window. Later that day a lady came to the shop. So what happened? Next day a lady came to the shop. She looked at the shoes and said, "Are those shoes for sale?" So she asked that, "These shoes for sale? I need these shoes." "Yes, of course they are," said the shoemaker. So children, up to this we will continue this lesson to the next video. Thank you.